What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me give y'all this one, man. Look, this for all of the weak-minded, weak-spinded people that's out there, man, that feels like your journey through life is just gonna be this smooth ride that has no bumps. And you are delusional if you think like that. And someone has raised you in a fashion that was not beneficial to you. When life is whooping you, you got to fight back. You can't take on this mindset like everything is happening to me and everything, the world is against me. You know, the world don't care about you. The world ain't picking and choosing. The world is not picking and choosing. Anything that you going through, it's a million billion people going through the same thing or worse. But what separates uh, the soldiers from the folders as those who recognize the problems, recognize the war that they in, and they make the decision to wage war back, to reciprocate the war, the waging of the war. And then you have the other side who just ball up in a knot and cover their face up to try to make sure that that the blows ain't too severe. Um, Life itself is a fight. It's a fight because there's so much resistance in the world. There's so much opposition in the world. We are born into a world of opposition. We are born into a world of struggle. You are born in um, struggle, in resistance. Just coming into being is a fight. The fight that the parent, that your mother had to go through just to push you through when you was in a comfortable space. When you were in the womb of your mother, you were in a comfortable space. You were just immersed in the water and just chilling and relaxing, and all of a sudden it's time to come out. And it's a struggle on the baby's end to come out just as much as it is a struggle on the mother's end to help push you out. The only difference is you couldn't talk when you was a baby to explain your ordeal. So now you get out into a world that's filled with grown opposition and grown resistance. And you fold up the first time somebody smack you upside the head, and literally or figuratively. So if you don't know that you are in a fight, then you don't have the mindset to fight or to fight back. But I'm letting you know now, look, life is a fight. So there's a term called survival of the fittest. That means only the strong is going to survive. The best of the best are going to persevere through these difficulties and be standing when the smoke clears. When they dig through the rubble and the ashes, you're gonna be standing there. Your face might be covered in soot and covered in dust or whatever, but you'll still be standing. But the first step is to face whatever fear you might have and just decide, hey man, let's go head on and take this thing on. And you would be surprised. You would be surprised how I don't want to use the word easy, but you would be surprised at how much you will gain when you decide to meet the challenge head on instead of turning and tucking your tail and running from the challenge. You'll look and say, oh man, okay, all right, I've reversed the fear and imposed it back on the person that was trying to impose me. Or I've reversed the struggle, and now I've gained control of the situation. But it all happens when you decide to give some pushback. So, and you're not gonna win every battle. You're just not gonna win every battle. You are on. If I wouldn't care if a person lived to be 30 years old. If you only have been on the planet 30 years old, you've been through enough battles, little situations in your life to have the kind of experience to understand that there'll be some that you'll win and there'll be some that you lose. There'll be successes, there'll be failures, there'll be wins, there'll be losses, there'll be ups and there'll be downs. All of these things are part of it, or this roller coaster that we call life. But I'm tired of seeing people who, soon as something happens, they just act like the whole world is against them, or act like there's a universal force that has inflicted itself upon only you. You're the only one in the world that things are happening to. Out of the billions and billions of people, because you mentally isolate yourself in this bubble to where you just view life like that. And it's really, to be honest with you, it's really an ungrateful way to think. Because the same people who have those complaints, who have that type of spirit, and say and think that way, these are the same people that are walking around on two healthy legs. These are the same people who are driving a car, who are living under a roof, eating food, not paying any attention. These are the same people who, other than having that weak spirit in them, that character flaw in them, for the most part, they are in their right minds. But you're not looking at none of that because you're only focused on the problem and the situation that you're going through, that you feel like is just the weight of the world, the avalanche of the world has poured down upon poor little you. So the thing to do is when life brings the fight to you, then you meet life halfway and you fight back. And you fight back and you strategize, you go back to the drawing board, you get knocked down, you get back up. And these are all little inspirational, generic quotes to some of y'all, but sometimes, man, you got to keep it simple just for simple-minded people. I'm not saying all of y'all think like that, because those who don't, use this message to give to somebody that do. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I will catch y'all with another one real soon. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and tune in to the Underground Dialogue podcast every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. right here on YouTube, and subscribe to that channel and this one as well, man. All right, I'll catch y'all with another one real soon. Peace.